Now let's check in with Paul Higgins with the latest on Skimboards in Coach's Corner.
Hey everybody, welcome back to our final segment of Coach's Corner here at Aliso Beach, talking with Tex Haynes, the co-founder of Victoria Skimboards. Now he brings yet another great team rider, and this is Teddy Velasquez. He is 24 years old. He's been riding for Victoria for 12 years. That's amazing. He's also a musician. His band is called Solag Vibrations. Another really popular skimboarder, Nick Hernandez. Of course, he's a musician. He actually plays with his son in the band, and pretty amazing. So welcome, Teddy.
Welcome, thank you.
You know, why am I drawing a blank on Nick's band?
Common sense.
Common sense. I listen to it all the time. Cannot believe I just draw a blank on that. But so you're a musician, you ride. That's a pretty good lifestyle.
It's amazing. I think being a musician helps you with your timing as far as skimboarding so much more than anything. And any kind of board sport, like being in the right place at the right time and just knowing when to hit it.
Tempo of the wave, right?
Yeah.
How about that?
I like it.
Well, you know, Tex, you just said something about when he sat down, he rides an extra large board. Can you talk about that?
Most riders will ride a small board. Like surfers, they tend to emulate the pros and ride a really tiny board that hardly gets into the wave. Skimming is the same way. Teddy's figured out that if you get a larger board, you'll get further out, get bigger waves. You just have to move your foot back on the tail. And none of the other riders really seem to follow that, which is a real opportunity for this guy. He kills it.
Teddy, you got to have some power to do that. Tell me about that.
Yeah, just you know, as far as how much you run, you're gonna catch it. Like, I got a bigger board because I was not getting the wave, and I was like, what the heck is going on? But yeah, you have to have a lot more power, and you got to be strong and run as fast as you can, and pretty much just be determined to get the wave and have all the right equipment, the board, and
Determined.
Determined.
Yeah.
12 years he's been with you. That's a long time.
It is a long time.
How has he changed in those 12 years?
I say I love you, man, all the time now. And that's because of this guy.
I love you, man.
I love you, man.
He's passed that on.
He has. And we talked about it last week. When one of his competitors turns to him and says, take this wave, we'll know he has succeeded.
Yeah. That's pretty amazing. I mean, it's really a bro sport.
It is.
You know, it's a
family.
brotherhood, right?
Yeah.
And not to exclude the women, there's some great girls that are skimming too. We're not showing them, on the show today, but it's a great lady sport.
It is. It's awesome. And a huge opportunity for women because it's still relatively small.
Yeah. Your thoughts about why Laguna is so good for skimboarding? I mean, it's obvious to people that come here and see it, but you don't do this in San Clemente or Newport.
No, this is the best place in the world to skimboard. I mean, there's Cabo and there's Brazil and there's everywhere, but this whole coastline is just perfect. There's so many little coves and so many side washes, and I think if you grow up learning how to skimboard here, you could skimboard anywhere in the world, and it's kind of like Jared was saying, the mecca of the sport.
Is the first step the hardest? I mean, you do it in your sleep, but if you're a guy that's in his 30s and he sees his son or daughter skimming and he wants to try it, how do you get that person to commit?
I suggest just going really slow and easy with it. Just taking one step at a time. You don't need to run as fast as you can and try to catch something that you don't know how to do yet. Just slowly ease your way into it. Yeah. Bend your knees so you're lower to the ground. If you fall, you don't hurt yourself as bad. Not all way up here.
And know the ocean, right? Know where the rocks are.
Know where the riptide is.
Know where the riptide, exactly. Tex, you have been doing this for a while. You mentioned 40 years that you started your business, but how has the board changed over the years? You've got 3 great boards here, and the board is definitely, I mean, you shape them, you do everything.
Yeah, we've evolved into a narrow board for quite a while, a little narrower nose, and now it's come back to the fuller nose, which I think is logical. You step forward to keep going, and the width of the board helps you in that sense. So we've come full circle back to the designs of the 80s and early 90s.
And I know this is Victoria, but why is Victoria such a good board? He's too humble.
I got to credit my crew. I have a bunch of guys that's been around for about 20 years, and they're really good craftsmen.
Okay, so that's your answer. What's his answer?
I think because they actually still make wooden skimboards.
Yeah.
And I love to compete, not compete, but I love to skimboard on a wooden skimboard for free and fun. And I don't think any other brands, I think maybe Zap Skimboards does that in the East Coast, but they're pioneered the way, and they're OGs. So.
Tell me OG.
They're just ocean grown. They're right here, and They got the good vibes.
Teddy, 12 years you've been doing this, and obviously you've been doing it longer than 12 because you've been a team rider for 12. When you're 8 years old or whatever and you pick up a skimboard, what makes that thing just contagious?
Just ditching school and running to the beach every day. Just staying out of trouble. All your friends. I mean, it was hard to run away from it here because everybody did it. So we just kind of just jumped on the bandwagon.
When you think of skimboarding, remember Victoria, the board and the contest, both legends in action sports. For Tex Haynes, I'm Paul Higgins. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.